Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into one of the biggest, and let's be honest, most intimidating parts of any academic journey, finding your research topic. It's that moment that's filled with so much potential, but also sometimes a whole lot of panic. So let's work on turning that panic into a solid plan.
Yeah, we've all been there. You're just staring at that blinking cursor on a blank page, and you can feel the pressure mounting. That feeling of being totally lost before you've even started. It's completely normal. It doesn't matter if you're an undergrad or a seasoned pro, it happens to everyone. But you're in the right place to get through it.
And look, it's not just a feeling, it's a well-known fact. This quote right here validates what you're going through. Choosing a topic isn't just a hurdle. For a lot of people, it's the main hurdle. But the good news is, once you clear it, you are set up for success. So, I want you to think of this explainer as your personal map and compass. This isn't going to be a lecture. Instead, we're going to walk through a really clear, step-by-step process that breaks this huge task down into small, manageable pieces. By the end, you'll have a real path forward. All right, so our quest begins in a place that might surprise you. We're not starting in a library or a lab or by scrolling through databases. Nope, we're starting by looking inward, because the best, most sustainable research topics, they come from a personal foundation. So, before you can even begin to explore the huge world of existing knowledge out there, you've got to figure out your own starting point. This is all about balancing your genuine passion for a subject with the practical reality of what you can actually get done. So let's break down what that really looks like.
It really comes down to these three pillars. Number one, what gets you genuinely excited? Number two, what do you already know a thing or two about? And number three, what do you realistically have to work with? Let's turn these into some really concrete questions you can ask yourself.
Okay, let's get real for a second. First up, passion. Research is a marathon, not a sprint, and you're going to hit roadblocks. Your personal motivation is the fuel that's going to push you through those tough times. Second, your skills. Does this topic build on your strengths, or are you basically signing up to learn a brand new field and a new methodology, all from scratch? Just be honest with yourself about that learning curve. And finally, practicality. You could have the most groundbreaking idea in the world, but if you don't have the time, the money, or the access to the right materials to make it happen, it's just going to stay an idea.
All right, so you've taken a look inward, you've assessed your foundation. Now it's time to put on your detective hat. We're shifting our focus from the internal to the external. We're heading out to explore the world of existing knowledge, and we're on the hunt for one specific thing, a gap in what we know. So, how in the world do you spot one of these gaps? Well, you start broad with literature searches, you go to seminars, conferences, see what people are talking about, but here is an amazing pro tip. Go find published papers in your area of interest and go straight to the limitations or future research section. Seriously, researchers literally hand you a list of unanswered questions. It's not like a treasure map, it is a treasure map. Okay, you've found a promising area, a little blank spot on the map. Now the mission is to turn that general interest into a sharp, focused tool, and that tool is your research question. This is the crucial step where a vague idea becomes a real scientific inquiry. This is the perfect example of the transformation we're talking about. On the one hand, you have, how does social media affect mental health? I mean, that's a huge question you could spend a lifetime on. But look at the focused version. We specified the platform, Instagram, the outcome, self-esteem, and the exact population. Now that is a project you can actually design and complete. So you've got a focused question, but how do you know if it's a good one? Well, you run it through the finer criteria. Is it feasible? Can you actually do it? Is it interesting to you and to other people? Is it novel? As in, does it add something new to the conversation? Is it ethical? And finally, is it relevant? Does the answer actually matter? This little acronym is your personal quality control checklist. So your question has passed the finer test. That's fantastic. But before you commit, before you go all in, you've got to run it through one last gauntlet, the reality check. This is where we make absolutely sure your idea can survive contact with the real world.
So let's drill down again. First, is it really feasible? And think beyond just time and money. Do you have access to that specific piece of lab equipment, or the secure data set you need, or the community of participants you plan to study? A brilliant idea is totally useless if you can't actually execute the plan.
Next up, and this one is a big one, is it ethical? This is an absolute non-negotiable checkpoint. You have to ask yourself, could my work cause harm, even if I don't intend it to? You need to be thinking about this from day one, way before you ever have to approach an ethics committee.
And finally, let's circle back one last time. Is it relevant? When all is said and done, when you have your answer, is it going to matter to anyone? Will it change anything? A truly relevant question makes sure that all your hard work actually leaves a mark. And remember, you do not have to answer all of these questions by yourself. In fact, you shouldn't. Talk to your mentors, your colleagues, any experts you can get time with. Their feedback isn't just an opinion, it's a critical data point. They've been down these roads before, and they can help you spot a dead end a mile away and help you refine your idea into something truly special.
Okay, you've done the heavy lifting. You've got an idea that you're passionate about, it's focused, and it's been vetted against reality. Now it's time to make it official, to turn that brilliant concept into a concrete plan of action.
The final 2 steps are pretty straightforward. First, define your objectives. What specifically are you trying to achieve? Make them clear, make them measurable. And second, create a brief research protocol. Think of it as your project's roadmap. It outlines your question, your methods, your timeline. This is what makes it real.
But before we wrap this up, a quick word of warning. Even when you have the perfect topic, there are a few common traps that can completely derail your project before it even gets off the ground.
You have to be really honest with yourself here. Are you choosing this topic because you genuinely love it, or are you just trying to please your mentor? Are you kind of ignoring the fact that you don't really have the funding? Are you trying to solve world hunger in a 6-month project? And have you truly done your homework? I'm telling you, avoiding these pitfalls is just as important as finding the right topic to begin with.
And there you have it. That's your map. From looking inward at what drives you to looking outward for a gap in our knowledge. From sharpening a vague idea into a precise question and then testing it against reality. It's a journey for sure, but now you have the steps to navigate it. Your topic isn't just an assignment, it's the beginning of a story of discovery, so the only question left is, what story will you discover?